Oh, great. Here we are. I love this. Yes. Okay, I'm here early. So maybe I end this and actually do it when it's the right time. I'm just testing this out. I've never done it before. Let's see. No, no, no. No AI. This is so fun. I'm so excited. Cool. Hello, welcome. Okay, I'm here early, so I want to put up maybe like a screensaver, some music while we're here. Or I can do a little. I could also do just a little pause. I guess I should have tested this out before, but I didn't. Okay, well, here we are. We're early. I'm going to set my intentions for today. I'm so excited to be here with you. So excited to be here. This is something that I wanted to do because I had been just craving community, and wanting to be live and in person with you all. And so I just said, let's do it. Let's do something that I know I need regularly and that I know because I'm connected to you that you probably need to. So I called this session a miracle mindset reactivation because the chances that you already know what it's like to be in a miracle mindset are pretty high if you're in my community. And I also know it to be true that it's very easy to fall off or forget or get distracted from what you know you need to be doing and keeping and maintaining that mindset of miracle mindset. And before we continue, I just want to also give a definition of what a miracle actually is, because there's a lot of misconceptions or just different ideas that come up when you hear that word. And I chose that word on purpose because what a miracle is simply, and this definition comes from A Course in Miracles, all a miracle is simply a shift in your perception. A shift in your perception from fear into love. And what that actually looks like in real life, I will give you some examples of. What that actually looks like in real life is anytime you notice yourself, you're worrying, you're thinking about fear, you're thinking about the future, you're not in your present moment enjoying your experience with whatever's right in front of you. You're in this crazy spiral, ruminating, whatever that is for you, that thing that your brain loves to ruminate on. And I know you know what it is for you. Whatever it is, when you shift your perspective from that into open, love, excited, or just even an inch of opening up to creative solutions and different possibilities, you have just experienced a miracle. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about very well, because I know what it's like to go from being stressed out and worried about something to, oh, actually, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Or, oh, wow, look how that all worked out. And I didn't need to be stressing. So when you're in those moments, that is the time to remember this very practice that we're going to go through together today. Okay. So before we go into the practice, I want to just share a little more about my intention for today. And whether you are listening to this passively or you're watching or sitting down with me, just be wherever you are. There's no right or wrong way to experience this right now. I am sitting here. I have my candle lit for this. I do have some cards also that we can pull if we feel called to. But wherever you are, just take this moment to settle yourself in by taking a nice deep breath. And I'm telling you, honey, if all you do while we are together today is take one deep breath, that will be enough to shift your whole entire physiology. Okay? So breathe like you mean it. All the way out and all the way in. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we're meeting here on September 1st. It is a beautiful new start of the month. And I've been really thinking about this theme of recommitting, of starting and stopping, but recommitting. And what it actually looks like to live a life that you create that feels good to you. Because at the end of the day, that's what your life is. Your life is for you. Your life, when you live it and honor everything that you want for you, you will be in flow and automatically, subconsciously, very easily, you will give and pour into others just by being who you are, existing how you want to exist. So, by you being here right now, choosing to show up right now, choosing to show up and commit to shifting your perspective, to shifting your mindset, you are impacting people that you don't even know, people around you, people around the globe, because your energy matters. And when you show up and live your life with an energy that feels good to you, that just feels good. That's the opposite of stress. That's the opposite of fear. When you just feel good and you walk around with that smile attitude, that joy in you, you're opening doors for people just by brushing shoulders with them. Maybe you don't even make eye contact, just by being in the same space as somebody who is in that energy of joy. You feel it. It's uplifting. Maybe you don't even recognize it consciously, but in your soul and your spirit and your energy, you feel it. And you can do that for other people, and you will when you start honoring yourself. So that's what we're doing today. It's getting really clear on what those things are that you long for, that you crave, that you desire. Your desires are your compass, your roadmap to the life that you want, your most abundant, joyous, loving life. So if you've been with me for a while, you've probably done this process before, but we're going to do it again because we got to do it as many times as it takes to clarify, to get clear, and to really live in that purpose. Every single one of you right now has a desire, has a purpose, has a dream. Whatever word you use to call it, it's there on your heart, in your mind, and in your vision for a reason. Because you are uniquely designed to fulfill that goal, that dream, that vision. And when you align yourself with it, when you chase after it, when you decide, yes, this is what I'm going to do, even if it's scary, even if it comes with unknowns and I don't actually have a plan, I just have an end goal in mind. When you align with that and decide to do it anyways, to jump in, to make those little steps every day towards it, you subconsciously give others permission to do the same thing. And it's going to take all of us. It's going to take all of us. There's a lot of negative energy in the world. There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of fear. And so it is radical and so powerful to be showing up in the face of all of that with joy, with love, with acceptance, with unlimited possibilities. And it's not easy. So that's why we're here. That's why we're doing it together. The wind just blew out my candle. I'm going to relight it. That's why we do it together. And as many times as you need to, relight that candle, that fire in you that says, I'm going to go again. I'm going to chase after my dreams, fulfill the desires that are on my heart, because I know I'm worth it. And I want for me what I want for others. As many times as you need to, relight that candle, reignite that flame, do it. That's what we're doing today. So, since we started early, I'm looking at the time. Since we started early, we're only 3 minutes in, but we're actually 10 minutes in. But like I said, a miracle is nothing more than a shift in your perspective, a shift in your perspective. And you can shift your perspective anytime you want, anytime you need. Sometimes it takes having a kick in the pants from somebody in your life holding you accountable, which is why you're here. Sometimes you can do that for yourself, but it's about recognizing when you're in that loop and shifting the pattern, shifting the pattern. Easier said than done, of course. So since you're here and we're just about getting into things, I want you to take a moment to connect to what is alive in you right now, whatever that is. Maybe you're in a state where you're feeling good. You're feeling clear, you're feeling confident, you're feeling calm, or maybe there's something on your heart, something on your mind that is taking your attention. And fear has a tricky way of making you think that it's really important. So just recognize where you're at, what your baseline is right now. Taking a moment with that just to take stock, what kinds of thoughts you're thinking, what kinds of feelings are going on in you. And for the next few minutes, we're going to let all of that go. Whether it feels good or bad or however, or neutral, we're just going to let all of that go. So I want you to physically, with your hands, take them above your head and feel everything that's going on in your mind poured into your hands, and you're just going to place it over here. Place it down over here. You're now going to experience a complete shift because your mind is cleared. When you take out everything, your mind is clear. There's a prayer that I want you to repeat after me. And you can say this in different language if it works for you. But repeating after me, I open up to creative solutions, new possibilities, and delightful surprises that are beyond anything that I could have thought of before. I open up to creative solutions, new possibilities, and delightful surprises that are beyond anything that I could have thought of before. Thank you for giving me clarity about my direction forward. And you can add in whatever else you have on your heart for today, your intention. Now, if you haven't already closed your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes. So I want you to use your sense, your ability to perceive and see the future, hear the future, connect to your internal guidance. I want you to use that sense to ask, what is it that I really want? What do I want? What do I want my day to look like? What do I want my life to look like? What do I want to feel? Let all of that come in. And just let yourself know that you can have anything that you want. If it's a dream, here right now is your permission to dream even bigger. There are no limitations on what you are allowed to have. And when you're ready with that vision, I want you to just take a moment to write down or put in the chat what a word, just one word for how you felt, what you saw, what you experienced, just one word that captures your vision. I'll put mine in. I have two. When you take what is so kindness, beautiful, when you take your vision and you keep it in your mind and you actively take the time and the space, give yourself the time and the space to connect to it daily, weekly, as many times a day as you need. You are training yourself to be in that energy. And at first, it can feel a little bit rebellious or scary. You might notice that there's something in you that comes up that says, why do I get to have this beautiful life that I want? Why should I focus on this joy, this kindness, this connection when there's so many other things that are pulling my attention, when there's so many other things going on in the world? But I really want to impress upon you today that the more that you honor your vision, the more that you connect to what you know is possible for you, that vision that you know is possible for you and for the world, and actually treat it as though it's possible. Treat it as though, yes, it is can be your reality. You will actually be bringing more of that into the world, which is what we need. It's of no benefit to anybody for you to be focusing on something that brings your mood down, something that brings your energy down, your vibe down, even if it seems really important. the more that you can sustain your love, your positive energy, your light, and bring that with you everywhere you go and pour it into your work, pour it into your loved ones, pour it into yourself. That's what the world needs. Do you feel that shift from, okay, I need to do it like this because I care it like this and people are telling me it has to be like this, to, oh no, it can be any way that I want. And actually, when I honor that, that's when life is in flow. That's when I'm actually more productive. So it's that shift. And that's exactly the process that we walk through together. This is what I do with clients. This is what I do when we're in workshops together. It's walking through that process of going from where you are now in your life with all the things that you want, the kindness that you want, the joy, the connection, the love, to actually living that. And it's a process. So now that we're clear, we have a vision of what it is that it looks like, what it is that it feels like, what it is that it sounds like, all of the senses to live that life that you want. I want you to look around and even just in your space and notice what is in alignment with that. Maybe there's one thing in particular, your desk, your books, your glass of water, that shows you that you're taking care of yourself, that you're taking those steps. And then notice the things that actually don't align with that. I want you to be really honest too. Maybe it's a relationship that comes up that drains your energy. Maybe it's a behavior, a habit that you've been doing, that you've just been doing automatically, that actually, if I keep doing this, I'm not going to bring more kindness into my world. Being really honest about that. When you identify that one pattern, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a behavior, maybe it's a habit that isn't serving you, oftentimes what can happen is a shame can come up of like, oh, well, I already know this. Why am I still doing this if I know it's not good for me? So be really gentle with yourself and also just give yourself the space and the time right now to recommit to letting that go, to recommit to yourself, to your vision. There's one beautiful activation that I want to share with you, and this is called an incantation. So when you have a goal, a vision, a life that you see for yourself that you know is possible, and there are all of these myriad of things that are in the way of you getting that. Because realistically, as humans, we are up against a lot. There's patterns that we've been conditioned into, there's circumstances that are currently here, there's lots of stories that we tell ourselves, which is really the main thing that we're up against, all the stories that we're telling ourselves. So to combat that, I want to show you how to start conditioning into your body, your mind body connection, the opposite, the knowing that whatever it is that you desire is possible for you. So this is called an incantation, and it takes an affirmation and it actually stores it into your nervous system so that you can access the knowing, the feelings that that affirmation brings you whenever you need them. So I want you to find a point on your body where you can press on or tap while we do this incantation affirmation. Okay, so a lot of people like to press right here because it's just an easy little spot. I have one right here on my cheek. You can also tap on your heart. You can tap on your mind's eye. Really, anywhere, it doesn't matter. Listen to your body where you feel called to and use that spot. Now, before we go into the actual incantation, we're going to start with some gratitude because that's going to lift up your feeling so that when you use this spot, it's charged up with those feelings of gratitude, with those feelings of inner knowing and knowing what's possible. Okay. So take that spot that you just identified, and we're going to take the next 20 seconds to connect into gratitude. You know what? Let's do 60 seconds to connect into gratitude. So I want you to out loud right now, I don't care where you are. I don't. Out loud right now, list all of the things that you can think of that you are grateful for. I'm grateful for this home that I'm in. I'm grateful for my cat. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the grass. I'm grateful for my body, for my health. I'm grateful for the feeling of a smile on my face. I'm grateful for my teachers who taught me how to write. I'm grateful for matcha. I'm grateful for food. I'm grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for the trees that make the air smell so good. I'm grateful for the shower, to have running water here. All of those things that you are grateful for. And notice how all the things that I'm grateful for aren't me comparing what I have to other people. I'm grateful to have running water because I'm grateful to have running water, not because I know that other people don't have running water, even though that's true. You want to focus your gratitude on genuinely what you are grateful for, not what you think you should be grateful for. And when you have all of those gratitude, things that you love about your life flowing through you, press on that spot that you've identified. Go ahead and anchor those feelings in. Really feel and connect to the feeling of that gratitude spreading through you. Maybe feel it in your heart. Maybe you feel it as a smile on your face. Recognize that state that you're in, that is the state that is going to be beneficial for you, that's going to be helpful for you as you move forward towards what you want. When you're relaxed, when you're in flow. And doing this gratitude practice is one of the quickest ways to get there. So that's why we start with gratitude. And then from there, we're going to take it to another level. And at first, this might not feel, you might feel a little bit disconnected, but I want you to just stick with it because the more that you do this, the more consistently that you practice this, the more that it will get anchored into your system and become a belief. Because a belief is nothing but a thought that you think repeatedly enough times that it becomes a belief. So you want to create a new belief, like that miracles are possible, or that you can have everything that you want, that you are deserving, that you are worthy. It's just about thinking that thought over and over again, having the energy behind it to activate that knowing that it's true. And then it becomes a belief. So here we go. Tapping either on your heart or pressing into that spot that you identified. That's your anchor point, your beautiful anchor point. Here, 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 wherever it is for you. I just have this one right here. You're going to affirm to yourself, my desires are my roadmap forward. When I connect to what I want, I open up possibilities for everyone around me and people I don't even know. The more I relax, the more I create. I'm allowed to have fun. I'm allowed to have fun. I'm allowed to have everything that I want. The moment that I step into a space, people around me feel uplifted. When I choose to honor myself, everyone around me benefits. Let's do that one again. When I choose to honor myself, everyone around me benefits. I can create exactly what I want by taking small steps every day. I can create exactly what I want by taking small steps every day. Now I'm going to give you time to fill in the blanks of whatever affirmation you want to be affirming with the incantation, and just keep on using that point on your body to really anchor it in. Beautiful. I don't know about you, but when I do this, I feel good. I'm connected to that it can be easier than I think to create what I want, that I can have fun while I'm in the process of it, and that anything that I worry about or that I stress about actually doesn't need to be stressed about. That it can be so simple. So I want you to recognize and take this moment to connect into how you're feeling now and recall how you felt when we first started. I hope that you feel the shift of what happens when you choose to just drop, even just for 15 minutes. Just take what's going on up here, just put it aside. Allow yourself to be a clear channel for what you really want, what you really need to be focusing on. Not all the noise, all the chatter, the ideas from other people, from social media. Being clear with what you really want. That is your roadmap forward. So put in the chat one more word to describe how you feel right now. I'm putting mine in. And as you do that, I'm just going to take a deck of cards that I have here, and we're just going to go through, and I'm just going to pull one for the energy of everybody who's here. Joyful, beautiful. Okay. Spirit, please give me one clear and simple message for the people who are here, exactly what they need to hear through this card deck. Okay. Oh. New day. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, this card is what came up. It has a dragonfly on it, and it has a sun on it, and it's number 11, and it says new day. Dragonflies, I don't know if you know this, but I learned this recently, that dragonflies, unlike butterflies who go through one metamorphosis, dragonflies metamorphosize multiple times. So this card, and whenever I see a dragonfly, it's all about change. Dragonflies symbolize change and the fact that we are constantly in a process of change. And that is just their natural state. And let that be your natural state. And especially calling in the freshness of a new day. And I love this, that every single day, no matter how many times a day you need to call in the energy of a new day, it is never too late. Even if it is 11:59 p.m. and you want to turn your day around or turn your life around, it's never too late. You can do it anytime, anytime. Okay, here's the message for a new day from the book. A new day enables us to see in a brand new light. We can see more clearly once the shadows of fear and doubt are brushed away by the light of creation. Once the initial shock of discovering the duality in a situation has worn off, you can find comfort that there is no bad or good. It just is. When this is realized, the possibilities for the outcome of a situation become endless. This card also advises to wait. Everything regarding this situation has yet to unfold. I hope that spoke to you. For me, the reminder that things are neither good nor bad, they just are, and it's about the perspective that you take, is such a beautiful reminder. And that is exactly what this moment of mindset reactivation is. And I'm so glad that that message resonated. And that is exactly what I wanted for you to take away from today, that there is always, always something that you can do. You are never stuck. You are never so far gone that you just need to give up. There's always something that you can do. And sometimes that something is a shifting your perspective. When you feel stuck, when you feel like you don't know what to do next, know that you can use the strategies that we talked about today, even just a breath, taking one deep breath. Also, you can use this, taking out everything that's going on in your brain, putting it aside, letting yourself be clear. And I encourage you to actually do those physical motions. When you do that physically, and go like this, allow yourself to be clear. It shifts something that thinking about shifting your perspective can't do on its own. So deep breath, using the body to clear your mind. Using the gratitude practice, it's the best thing. Using your anchor point consistently. When you are consistent with all of these tools or any of them, even if all you do throughout your day is just remember to take a deep breath, remember to take a deep breath. Remember to take a deep breath. You will see that your life will improve drastically because you're being more intentional. Thank you so much for being here with me, y'all. I am so glad that we got to do this. I feel the connection. I feel expanded. I feel excited. And I want to share with you so much more. So I'm going to continue doing these live events and pulling cards. And I'll have my workbook out soon that we can work through together. It's really awesome and easy process, guided journal. And I'll keep sharing my podcast with you so we can keep connecting. If you know that you want to go deeper, I'm also accepting one-on-one clients for high performance coaching work, and I focus on fearless self-expression. So if you know that that's something that you want more of, if you got benefit out of today, or you know somebody in your life who you know would also benefit from today, invite them. Invite them to my next event. Do the work together. Let's keep this momentum going because, again, it's going to take all of us. And I'm so proud of you and so excited that you showed up today, even if all you feel is a very subtle shift. That is enough to make such a huge impact. So thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing your light. I am so grateful for you. I will see you in the next one. Again, I just want to plug all the things that I have going on to make sure that if you want to keep connecting with me, you can. You can visit my website, taliamatz.com. I'll put it in the chat. You can also sign up for my newsletter. I'm writing there more regularly these days. I'm also coming out with my book very soon called Love Letters to Myself. And the whole intention with this book is that you get a taste of what Talia's brain is like when I'm being really loving to myself, so that you can actually start to borrow the language and try on a new way of loving yourself by writing love letters to yourself, by saying sweet things to yourself, okay? And like we talked about today, honoring yourself is one of the most beautiful ways to impact the world in the ways that you want to. So that's my book, Love Letters to Yourself, to Myself. And then I'll also be coming out with a guided workbook that is using the tools that I use to keep me clear and intentional, like what we went through today, in a journal form that you can take with you anytime, anywhere. There will also be an app version of that coming very soon. So stay tuned. If you want to hear about when exactly all of these things launch, make sure you're signed up for my newsletter. Make sure you're checking it, and you will be the first to know. You can even be the first users of the app to test it. How fun would that be? Thank you for being here. I wish you all an incredible rest of your day, an incredible rest of your week, and we will talk again soon. Bye for now.